guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make these really cute either hand warmers, or you can put them in the freezer. So you can make these ice cold packs, or you can make them warmer packs. So you would just pop them in the freezer for a little while and they'll be cold, or you could pop them in the microwave. You want to do about 5 to 10 seconds at a time. If you start with 10 seconds, then I would move to 5 seconds. You definitely don't want to do like 20 to 30 seconds at a time, because you don't want to overheat these and burn yourself. These would be great for sports to throw inside your bag, because you could, if you have an ice chest, you could put these in a zipper bag and put them down in your ice chest to help with you know, sports injury, or if you're out camping or something like that. They're real handy. These are the charm packs. You know, we're always trying to figure out things to do with the extras of our charm packs, which are 5x5, or even your little pieces of scrap fabric that you have left over. And they don't have to be the same size, you know, the same side. You could always make 2 different sides if you wanted to, and you don't have to do them 5x5. You could always do different shapes, like hearts. You could have your Cricut cut out hearts, or all the different little stuffed animals that they have. You could fill them, and I'm going to be doing a video very soon on the stuffed animals, so I can show you that. These are also a perfect size to do for like a beanbag toss game or something like that as well. But I wanted to show you, so these are the ones that we're going to, I'm going to show you how to make these. But what you want to do when you're filling your bag, this is the 5x5 square. You want to leave about a 2 finger length of rice. Leave your space for about 2 finger length, because it's so much easier to work with. Because this is what will happen if you fill them completely full. They're not really bendable like these are. So like these can be moved and kind of held, you know, like you want to. But if you're wanting something more firmer, you would want to fill it all the way up. The other thing, when you get to sewing, you can see that I kind of got off track here just a little bit. It is really hard to kind of hold this back from the sewing machine and sew all the way down. So you don't really want to overfill, so I wanted to show you that today too, on the purpose of not overfilling it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and get started. So what you need to get started is you're going to need some fabric, and I'm using charm packs that are the 5x5. So if you have these extra pieces that you just don't know what to do with, and then, or you could just cut them down to whatever size or whatever shape you're wanting to do. I was thinking you can even use your Cricut to do the like the little stuffed animals that are available and fill those. And I will be doing a video on that very soon. And then you're gonna want some rice. I just bought this bag of rice right here, which is really big. This is a 5-pound bag of rice. I purchased this from Kroger for $2.49. So it's super affordable. And you want to pour it into something that's going to be easier to pour it into your little bags once you create them. So I'm just using a measuring cup. Another thing that's optional is an iron, so you can press out your seams to get that whenever you have to enclose your to close up to where you got to sew up once you flip it inside out. So you may want to press that. If not, you could always finger press it, no big deal. But I'm going to be using my daughter's Dritz iron that you've seen me use before. This is, I've got mine from Hobby Lobby with a 40% off coupon, I think, for around $20. But you can also get them on Amazon, and I'll have that link down below just in case you want to see what it looks like. But you could use your big iron. I just really like for small projects like this using a smaller iron. So let's go ahead and get started, and let me show you what we're going to do. So what you're going to do is take your 2 pieces of fabric that you're going to use. Let's do this one first. And I'm going to put them right sides together, just like this. And then we're going to take it over to the sewing machine, and we're just going to sew about a 1/4 inch all the way around, and we're going to leave a gap open like this. So I'm going to go ahead and start at one spot and come all the way around and end right about here. That way we can flip it out and fill it with the rice. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've got my 2 pieces right sides together. I'm going to get this underneath my foot just like this. Now, you can use pins or clips if you want to, but this is a smaller project, so it's not really necessary unless you're going to be doing like a heart or something like that. So let's go ahead and actually, let me lift that, because I want to start at one spot so we can sew it. So I'm going to start right down here, that way we can leave it open. Okay, so now that we've got this, we're going to go ahead and just drop our foot. And I'm going to come forward a few stitches, and you always want to reverse it so you can lock in those stitches, since you're going to be pulling it around. And then keep coming. At this point, I like to go ahead and drop my needle. That way, whenever you go to turn this corner, you don't have to, I can see I want to go a little bit further. Just like that. And that way, you don't have to, you know, lose where you're going here. Stop, turn, turn again. And one last time, and this time we're not going to come all the way down, that way we can leave that opening. And right about there, I'm going to stop. I'm going to reverse a few stitches, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and lift my needle, and we're going to go ahead and trim this, just like that. So let's come over to the mat and get it flipped around. Okay, so here we go. So what we're going to do is you're just going to take your opening here, and you want to just go ahead and carefully flip this around. You can use like a pencil or something like that to help you turn it, make it a little bit easier. I'm just trying to be really gentle with it because you don't want to rip what you've already sewn. So I'm just carefully stuffing it all in there. Once we get it all in here, we can push out all of our corners. All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and go in here and push all of these corners out. And you could always go to all the corners and trim the corners without clipping your threads before you flip it. I'll show you that on the next one. And that way you would get a sharper point. Right, and then we got one more to go. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of, like I said, I could have got these points a little bit sharper. I can continue to sit here and just kind of do this with my fingers and get them to come up to a better point. All right, so now you can see that this is our opening, and what you wanna do here is just fold that piece in just like that. And like I'm saying, you can just finger press this without the iron, and then you're gonna wanna stitch on top. Or you could take your little iron, let me move these out of the way. Or you could take your iron and go ahead and press this out, just like this. Okay, so just like that. And then now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get our rice. And you definitely wanna do that before you put your rice in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a funnel really quick with my paper. All right, so once you create your little funnel, you're just gonna go ahead and push it right down in the hole like this. And then carefully hold it like this. And then take your rice and then just start pouring it down in there, just a little bit at a time. I'm gonna shake it down in there. And you don't wanna fill it too full to where you can't sew it. So about 3/4 of the way full. Make sure you don't overfill your funnel to whenever you go to fill in your bag, you'd have way too much in your funnel so you don't make a mess. So just a little bit more. All right, let me check it really quick and see what we've got. So right now it's right about here, and you could always add some lavender scents or something like that in here to help to give it like a nice smell. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more. Okay, so just like that, so you can see about how much I have here. So it's kind of bulkier here, but you can see that I still have about 2 finger lengths worth left open here, so because it's pretty thick. And as you can see, I made a mess, so don't do that. Okay, so now that we're back here at the sewing machine, you're just gonna take where you have your opening here and you push those 2 pieces together. You're gonna come up here and get it back underneath your foot. I'm gonna drop my foot. And I went a little bit backwards on the opening so that way I can make sure I go over the whole thing. So I'm gonna go ahead reverse it. Come forward. Make sure you come past your opening. And then you're gonna go backwards. Just like that. Pull it up and trim it. Now you would want to do coordinating thread, but I always like to use white when I'm recording so you guys can see what's going on. And there you go, just like that. You have your own little bag of rice that you can heat up in the microwave, or you can even put this in the freezer so you can make it a hot or cool pack. And they're definitely nice to have like on the go and stuff too, because you know, whether you stop into a, you know, you have like a cooler with, you could pop this into a Ziploc baggie into your ice chest to put for an ice pack if you guys are camping, or whether you've got, you know, sports or anything like that. Or you could always at the concession stands and ask somebody to pop it in the microwave for you really quick or anything like that. Now you always want to do, I believe it's about 10 seconds at a time, warm it for about 10 seconds. And you may even want to start with 5 seconds and then see if it needs more increments. You definitely don't want to do like 30 seconds at a time. You want to do it in smaller increments so you don't burn yourself. Let's go ahead and just try another one and I'll show you how we're going to do this one. Back at the machine, I'm putting my two right sides together. And we're going to put it under here and do 1/4 of an inch. We're going to draw up on my foot. Go a few stitches and then reverse. All right, reverse it. All right, and then we're gonna turn. All right, I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna leave my opening right here on the side. So we're gonna reverse it. All right, let's trim this up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and trim our other threads. Now this time I'm gonna show you how we're gonna go ahead and trim our corners. So you just wanna trim them just like this without trimming your thread. So you just want to trim all 3 sides. Now I did this one up against the, I started at this corner right here, so I really don't want to trim this piece, okay? So let's go ahead and flip this inside out. Once again, you want to be careful not to tear what you just created, so you're just going to be real slow with this, getting it through there. And the bigger of the opening you do, the easier it's going to be. So you've seen how much easier this is. So you just want to come to all your corners and get them pushed out. I do apologize about this lighting today. It is awful. Okay, so we've got all of our corners pushed out. You see how much nicer those look, and you can, like I said, sit here and play with this by kind of pushing through your fingers and rolling. And then you just want to kind of push like this. All right. So you're gonna, once again, you're gonna take your pieces and get them pushed in, and then you wanna press it. It's much easier to do this. That's what I wanted to show you kind of here on the end. It's way easier if you leave a spot here in the middle to fold these pieces over compared to doing it right here if you did it in the center. So you wanna get these folded over. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and press that opening there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and press all my sides. Just like that. And like I said, you can finger press, you don't have to do that. All right, now on this one, let's try to just use the spout of the measuring cup and see how that works out. Go ahead and drop some of that down. Okay. Now let me go ahead and get a little bit more rice. All right, let me finish filling this up. You don't make such a mess if you don't use the, if you would use the funnel, but it's definitely a lot quicker and less fuss if you just kind of pour it in here like so. All right, so that's good enough. I've got about this much of an opening, so we're gonna take this back over here and sew it up real quick. All right, we wanna keep all of our rice pushed down here. You know, you don't wanna get it underneath your sewing machine. So with one hand, I kinda keep it pushed over. I'm just making sure these stay. And like I said, you want to come down here a little bit past, so I kind of keep that rice pushed over. You want to come down further than the opening so you can make sure you get everything. I'm going to take a few stitches forward. I'm going to reverse it. All right, then we're going to back stitch. And there you have it, you got another one. So I love using this for the charm packs because you always have those extra couple of squares or even extra little pieces of fabric that you could cut up, because you don't have to do these 5 by 5. I just like the size of them, you know, whether you want to put them in your jacket pocket or, you know, whether somebody doesn't really feel good and they want to use this to help either, you know, put it on your head as a cooling pack. I just think it's more, and I like having it where it's not so full because it's easier to kind of manage. But like I said, I think it'd be really cute to take, like for example, the little monster that I had sewn back from Cricket back several months ago. I think he would be cute because he's really small. I think he would be cute to fill with this, with the rice, and then have that as a warmer pack as well. But you definitely, like I said, you wouldn't want to use iron on this for the microwave. So definitely whatever you pick, make sure that it's 100% cotton. Make sure your thread is 100% cotton and it's not polyester or anything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short little tutorial, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.